Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery.
Good morning. My name is Olivia Patanian. I am a member of this congregation and a member of the senior youth. On behalf of Reverend Dave Dunn, intern minister Liz Martin, director of religious exploration Lexi T. Brown, our music director Alex Peach, and the greeters and technical team who are making today's live stream possible, I would like to welcome you to our annual senior youth service at the Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North congregation, which we lovingly call UUMAN. UUMAN is a liberal faith community with the mission to nurture our spirits, strive for justice, and transform the world. No matter who you are, who you love, or where you are on your spiritual journey, all are welcome here. Welcome to all who are joining us remotely. For any visitors who are here with us for the first time, and if you are comfortable doing so, would you please stand, tell us your name and where you are from so that we can get to know you better. Are there any visitors on my left? Welcome. 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 And on my right? Okay. For busy hands of all ages, there is a fidget corner in the back of the sanctuary, right over there. And nursery care for babies and toddlers is available and opens before the service started, so yes. Yeah. Are you new to UUMAN or just want to learn more about UU principles and values? Then please attend UU 101 session during second hour today. Please see Jesse Diaz for more information. Right over there. And please consult your printed order of worship to see our second hour adult enrichment offerings for today. And you can join the fun in Whimsical Woods Saturday, March 21st for a Freshen Up Day. Look at your Breeze email for the sign up, Genius, or speak with Kelly Callan, who, yes, right there, to hear how you can help. There are jobs for every ability, including young ones. You are especially invited if you have children who use this space. And now, let us greet one another with the hand or elbow of friendship.
For this year's youth service, we have planned something special. To celebrate UUMAN's 35th anniversary, we'll be bearing a time capsule, which with the intention of it being opened on the 50th anniversary. In this time capsule, we are including a keychain from this year's Montgomery trip, pictures of today's gathered congregation, pictures of the senior youth, and our congregation's hopes, dreams, and predictions for the future. We will be releasing a Google form at the end of service containing 3 questions. The deadline for submission is April 12th. For the rest of your time here today, we ask that you reflect on the following questions and choose one to answer. By 2041, what changes in the world do you hope have occurred? What UUMAN values and traditions do you hope are carried forward through 2041? And what UUMAN values have you practiced over the past year? The values are listed on that poster, and the questions are included in the insert, in order of worship. To ensure the names of all participants in the service are included in the time capsule, we will be printing today's attendance from Breeze. Please email dre@uman.org if you do not wish to have your name included in the time capsule. At the end of service, we will be taking a picture to commemorate this occasion, which will be included in the time capsule. Please stay seated after the benediction so we can take the photo. Finally, we have given our younger UUMAN friends coloring sheets with instructions. If you would like your child's coloring sheet to be included in our time capsule, please return the completed coloring sheet to the pulpit at the end of service.
Please join us in the chalice lighting we use every week in senior youth. We light this chalice because we're Unitarian Universalists, and that's what we do. And now, as you are willing and able, would you please stand and sing our opening hymn, number 1023, Building Bridges in the Soft Back Hymnal.
They buried both tins together somewhere under the apple trees, to be rediscovered in 1,000 years. But they weren't sure, since he could not converse with them, that he would understand. His little sister, bright and brilliant, sucked on a pencil and decided upon her last Barbie's best dress, her own second favorite hair slide, a photograph of her and Father Christmas at Selfridge's, and 3 old, unwanted Girl Talk magazines. His own tin looked empty in comparison. They smiled at him indulgently for his twigs, his grass cuttings, his fallen leaf, and those 2 red and yellow sweet wrappers he had kept under his pillow for months. They did not see that in the space around these things lay all the fragrances of spring and summer, the rich descents of autumn, and the sharp-scented crackle of winter fires. "Don't you want to put anything else in there?" they asked him. He looked at them, uncomprehending, because there was nothing else or better to be saved. But he wasn't sure, since they could not converse with him, that they would understand.
This is the time in our service where children, young and old, are invited to the front for our story of all ages. Liam Peterson will read the book he bought on our trip to the Equal Justice Initiative in January. Since this is the youth service, there will not be children's chapel or children and youth RE today.
Hello, little ones. Okay, so today we're reading What If, written by Samantha Berger, illustrated by Mike Grotto. I can't. Forgive me. All right. Why are you laughing at me? Okay. With a pencil and paper, I write and draw art to create many stories that come from my heart. But what if that pencil one day disappeared? I fold out the paper till stories appeared. And what if that paper was no longer there? I chiseled the table and carved the chair. And what if there wasn't a chair here at all? I chip and I peel at the paint on the wall. Don't do that. And what if there wasn't a wall anymore? I might build a story from boards in the floor. Without any floor, I will still use the land and sketch out a tail in the dirt with my hand. I could still shape the leaves. I could still sculpt the snow. I could still plant the flowers and make kingdoms grow. Without any land, I will still use the light, invent shadow stories the sun will ignite. If there was no light, I would still use my voice to sing out my stories, to chant and rejoice. I still have my body to twist and to bend, to dance out my stories, beginning to end. If I had nothing but still had my mind, there'll always be stories to seek and to find. Look at that unicorn. Add a coin. If I know nothing but one bit of fate, as long as I live, I will always create. Whoa. Okay, never mind. As long as I live, I will always create.
When I sat down to write this sermon, like I've done many times before, I froze. But this time, it wasn't writer's block. It was the realization that this would be one of my last youth services here as a senior in high school. For years, this church has been an integral part in the rhythm of my life. Sunday morning sermons, as long as I could get up on time, were something I looked forward to. Youth group discussions spanning from stressful to-do lists to conversations about inequality could always jumpstart my day. And the quiet moment when the chalice is lit is sometimes all I need to slow down. When I came here for the first time in 7th grade, it felt like something that would always be here. But as graduation approaches, I've begun to realize that spaces that once felt permanent are actually moments you pass through. And that made me start thinking about my role here, our values, and what it means to leave. I've realized how human values have shaped my experience here and the purpose I want to carry with me. For a long time, my role in this congregation felt simple: show up. sit in a youth group, participate in discussions, listen during services, and occasionally volunteer. But over time, I started to realize that being a part of a community like this isn't just about being present, it's about absorbing something deeper. Whether it was trivia night, a road trip to the Legacy Museum in Montgomery, or a trip with the other youth to Boston, I've been given several chances to feel and learn what it truly means to be a UU. I used to think about these values, love, courage, justice, wonder, and connection, just as words on a poster. But as I think more and more about my role in UUMAN and in the world, I've realized how important they are to hold with you. The values we talk about here aren't just ideas we repeat during services. They slowly become a part of the world you see. Love, not just as a feeling, but as a commitment to care for people who are different from you. Courage, not just in big dramatic moments, but in the small decision to speak up when something feels unfair. Justice, not an abstract concept, but as the belief that systems can change if people are willing to challenge them. Wonder, the ability to stay curious, to keep asking questions instead of pretending we have all the answers, which if going to this congregation for the past 6 years has taught me anything, we definitely don't. And connection, the understanding that we are not meant to move through life alone. As I prepare to leave this stage of my life, I've realized that those values are the real legacy of my time at UUMAN. They're not something you leave behind when you graduate. They're something you carry with you. No matter where I am in life, I plan to love all unconditionally, dare to stand up for others, strive for justice, learn and wonder, and connect deeply with my community. And when I look around at this congregation, I see those values being practiced both in big and small ways. Being a part of the UUMAN congregation has shown me what it looks like when a community tries to live its values intentionally. I see love in the way people check in on each other during joys and sorrows. I see connection in the conversations that happen during coffee hour after the services ended. I see courage in the way this congregation is willing to speak up about difficult topics, justice, inequality, and human rights, instead of pretending those issues don't exist. Earlier this year, many of us had the opportunity to learn about the work of the Equal Justice Initiative and visit Montgomery, Alabama, where the organization was founded. That experience reminded me that justice is not something distant or theoretical. It's something people dedicate their lives to building, piece by piece. This shows how this congregation lives its lives in awe, constantly seeking out new opportunities to learn about the past and fight for the future. So when I think about where we are as a community right now, I see a group of people who care deeply, a group that is proud to believe that faith should move us toward compassion, toward understanding, and toward a more just world. But our values can't just stop at the walls of the sanctuary. They follow us into a wider world. And when we look at the world today, it's impossible not to notice the tension between the values we aspire to hold and the realities we see around us. We live in a time when political polarization and party triumphs often feel more piercing than genuine democracy, when leaders sometimes appeal to fear instead of empathy, and when entire groups of people are treated as problems to solve rather than human beings that deserve dignity. It's hard not to notice how often the values of love, justice, and connection are pushed aside in favor of division, power, or convenience. While I'm not here to scold or blame one person or a single nation, it is frustrating as a young adult to see my country and a world torn apart over borders, money, trade, and more. But at the same time, I also see people pushing back against that. I see young people organizing walkouts and protests to challenge immigration policies they believe are unjust, communities advocating for human rights in the Middle East, and organizations working to challenge unjust political systems around the world. Even when the world feels chaotic, there are still countless people trying to bring more compassion, more justice, more courage, and just more love into public life. And that brings me to the values we talk about here. Because if those values only exist in this building, they don't mean very much. Their purpose is to shape how we move through the world outside of it. The love we practice here should influence how we treat strangers, no matter their race, ethnicity, gender, or sexual orientation. The courage we talk about here should inspire us to speak out when something isn't right, whether through protests, donations, or contacting political leaders. The commitment to justice we discuss here should guide how we vote, how we advocate, and how we support the people around us. The wonder we learn about UUism should inspire us to seek out cultural and religious experiences. And the connections we make during and outside of services should help push us to help others in times of crisis. In other words, the values we learn here are not meant to stay here. They're meant to travel with us and help us transform not just our lives, but others who may not be able to experience this congregation. And as I think about leaving this chapter of my life, that's what gives me the most hope. Because I know the future of this congregation and the future of the world is shaped by the amazing, hardworking, and transformative people who carry these values beyond Sunday mornings. So my hope is simple. I hope we continue practicing love, even when it's inconvenient. I hope we continue choosing courage when silence should be more comfortable. I hope we continue pursuing justice, even when progress feels slow. I hope we hold on to wonder, allowing curiosity to guide us instead of fear. And I hope we never forget the power of connection, because real change rarely happens alone. So as you think about the future of this congregation, I hope you don't rush past the present, because right now, in all of its imperfections and possibilities, is where our values are being practiced. Right now is where the community is being built. Right now is where our story is unfolding. As you move forward, whether you stay here for years or leave and return, carry these lessons entirely into new places. I encourage you to bring these values with you. And if we truly live them all, the flame we light here each Sunday won't just stay on this altar. It will move with us and help transform the world. Thank you.
At this point in our service, we share our joys with each other to magnify them, and our sorrows to divide the weight of their pain. If you are so moved, please feel free to come forward, state your name, and drop a pebble in the bowl, and express a joy or a sorrow that you may have. For those of you attending via our live stream, if you have a joy or a sorrow that you would like to share this morning, please type it in the chat.
Almost have to sit in your lap. Hi, my name is Nat Parker, and I had a joy last week where I went to watch my stepdaughter get married. We were in Thomasville, Georgia, so Carly Hayward and Milton Ospina were married. It was a lovely service. It was beautiful. We were in a pretty town I'd never been to, and it was wonderful. After that, on the way back, we decided to stop off in Cartersville, basically Jimmy Carter land, right? We went to Americus and Plains, and it was really heartwarming to, look over a person who was truly one of the great Americans. He truly was, and this is my pebble.
My name is Gus Haydorn. That was a powerful message. Thank you. Thank you very much. My eldest daughter, Gabrielle, was once a worship associate here. You know, you turn around and they're all grown up. Anyway, she gave birth to a baby girl this week, and her name is Faye, and we're very happy. But we're also very concerned because of the world that she's going to be growing up in. So I just hope that we all take inspiration from these young people and recognize that we all have a part to play. We can't simply lay that all on the young people today.
Hey, I'm Lynn Hannon. I'm a member here, and this is my brother who's in home hospice. He's been in hospice since December. I've been spending a lot of time up there. Seth and I are going back to Delaware after service today, this afternoon, and just wish for peace in his final days.
I'm Carla Rosati. I'm a member of this congregation. Well, first is gratitude for Sasha and the youth group. Phenomenal. Second is pebble of concern for all the children caught up in these terrible wars caused by men's egos and power grab, trips. They should find better things to do. And the third is a good one, because you always need to end on a good note, is a pebble of gratitude. My mom turns 89 next month, and it's hard being away. She lives in Brazil. So in the last 2 weeks, I was able to find full-time care for her at home, trying to keep her at home with 3 Peruvian ladies that have been simply amazing. Last night, she was up until 3 a.m. playing cards. And she's so happy. Her entire demeanor changed just because she has help and she has people that have brought positivity and companionship to her home. So this is for people that take care of people.
I'm Mark Soul. This is a pebble of healing. Thursday, our fellow congregant Lawton Etheridge managed to fall on the sidewalk face first, got a big contusion on his head, and unfortunately has a small unstable fracture of his neck. They had him in the hospital for a couple of days, and they've decided surgery wasn't necessary, but he's going to have a big collar for several months, and then they will evaluate where he goes from there.
I'm Sarah Hunter, and I am a member. First of all, about Lawton, he picked me up when I fell in the parking lot here. So I'm grateful he was here. My other one is a joy for the pasta Italian cooking class last weekend. Thank you, Carla and Joe. It was so much fun. I learned how to make gnocchi. And then my last one is I'm leaving on a month-long cruise that starts in it starts in Istanbul and ends up in Turkey. And I am so excited. I'm going with 2 friends from the California church. So, yay.
I was also excited about the gnocchi making, and I was going to share the same thankful gratitude. Thank you, Carla, for hosting us. And then the other one is for the little one behind me. She was born on Thanksgiving, so she's always been full of surprises for us. And I would say it's also surprising, but I'm not entirely surprised, I would say. What you don't understand, maybe, or what you don't know, these children, they go through so much pressure. Life is very, very hard for them these days relative to what we've grown up with. There's a lot of angst and demands on them, but they experience a lot more than what we experience with regards to social media and everything that's going on around the world. They see all the troubles, right, in the Middle East and everywhere else. It's not just there. And you know, for them to stand up here and talk in front of a group of people, it's pretty amazing. Sasha yesterday got some bad news. She didn't get into the school that she wanted to get into. I'm really, really proud of her for standing up here and giving a 9-minute and 45-second long speech. So thank you, Sasha, and your mother and I are really proud of you.
I'm Ritzy, and I would like to share joy about that. I have people that actually support me and care for me.
I'm Miriam Patanian, and I'm a member here. I'm incredibly proud of this senior youth group. They just blow me away every year, and Sasha, thank you. Your words are so powerful, and I just know every one of these kids are going to go so far. My pebble of joy today is for our own senior, who was part of this youth group for a long time and found his home church at Roswell United Methodist. Jacob is going to be going to Kennesaw State next year, and we are so very proud of him.
Go Owls!
I will drop one final pebble for all those joys and sorrows, still too tender to escape the folds of our hearts. Let's keep one another in our thoughts for the coming week.
These young adults have chosen standing on the side of love, and we have the honor of asking the choir to perform. But this is also a multi-gen service, so if you turn in your order of worship, you'll see a single sheet. And you get to join in the chorus after we sing verse 2, and then you get to feature in the verse 3, and we'll have some accompaniment, and also the choir will do some backup. So let's sing.
The promise of the Spirit
Dear future us, if you are reading this, it means time has done what it always does. It has passed. It means that the world kept moving, that days turned into years, that choices were made, some carefully, some quickly, some we didn't even realize were happening. It means the people gathered in this room today have changed in ways we cannot yet imagine. And it means that, at one point in time, we paused long enough to speak to you. Future us, we hope some things turned out well. We hope you learned how to stay soft in a world that often rewards hardness. We hope you didn't mistake cynicism for wisdom or detachment for strength. We hope you grew, not just older, not just more accomplished, but more thoughtful, more patient, more willing to listen when listening was uncomfortable. We hope you kept asking questions, even when answers felt unclear, even when not knowing would have been easier. We hope justice feels nearer than it does today. Not complete, perhaps that is too much to ask, but nearer. And we hope whatever progress unfolded did not require you to sacrifice your empathy to achieve it. We hope that, even if things didn't turn out as planned, they turned out in ways that taught you something. But future us, we should be honest with you. We are afraid. We are afraid of becoming too busy to notice each other, afraid of losing our sense of wonder, afraid that urgency will fade into routine, that care will dull into habit. We are afraid that the things we claimed mattered, community, dignity, equality, might slowly become abstract ideas, or worse, forbidden ideas, instead of daily practices. These fears aren't weaknesses. They're evidence of what matters to us. We made predictions too. We knew some dreams would come true and others wouldn't. We knew relationships would change, paths would diverge, and identities would evolve. We knew that the future would not look the way we imagined it, because it never does. What we do not know is how you will feel standing there, opening this capsule. What memories will rush back, what names will linger, what you will miss, what you will feel proud of. For me, this moment holds particular weight. Right now, I am a senior in high school, graduating in a matter of weeks. Everything feels suspended in this strange in-between, between what is familiar and what has not yet begun. I'm standing at the edge of a life I haven't lived yet, carrying questions I have not yet learned how to ask, and dreams I can finally see a path toward. 15 years from now, when this capsule is opened, my life will look entirely different. My routines, my conversations, my relationships, all will have changed. The things that keep me up at night won't be the same. I will have grown into a version of myself that my present self can only begin to imagine. And yet this moment, and every moment, will still be a part of me. Right now, I am becoming someone the future me will recognize and question and cringe at and hopefully be grateful for. And I know I'm not alone in that. Everyone here is in motion. No one in this room will remain who they were when this capsule was sealed. And that's not a loss. That is the point. This time capsule is more than a collection of objects or words. It asks the future to remember that there was once a group of people who chose to pause, to reflect on who they were and who they hope to become. It reminds us, currently, that values don't live in statements or principles alone. They live in how we show up, again and again over time, because it is still our responsibility to shape what our future looks like. Memory matters because it is how the present speaks back to the future. So future us, wherever you are when you hear this, you are not expected to be the people we imagined. You are not obligated to fulfill every hope written here. You are only asked to remember that you were imagined at all, that you were cared about by people who believed that the future was worth speaking to. Dear future us, may you still be learning, may you still be caring, may you still be becoming. In an effort to fulfill and further the vision and mission of this congregation, we ask that our members and friends share their time, treasure, and talents. With this, we will now take the offering. You may also use the Give Now option in the Breeze app or web browser. This month's 50/50 recipient is the Equal Justice Initiative. Any check specifically designated as 50/50 or any Breeze donation specifying Give to 50/50 this month will go to support their work. The EJI is a nonprofit committed to supplying legal assistance to those who have faced unfair convictions, wrongful imprisonment, and poor treatment in government jails and prisons. This year, the focus of the senior youth curriculum was race and human rights. We had the privilege of visiting the Legacy Museum in Montgomery, Alabama, which also happens to be the birthplace of the EJI. To prepare for our trip, we watched Just Mercy, a movie based on the book by Bryan Stevenson, the founder of the EJI. The senior youth have grown passionate about the EJI throughout this year, and we are extremely proud to have them as our recipient this month. We accept this sacred offering generously given to us by our beloved members and friends. May we in the EJI use it wisely and judiciously in service to our missions.
Please rise as you are willing and able, and join us in singing hymn number 1074, Turn the World Around, in the softback hymnal. Just gonna say for the extinguishing, there is a typo in the order of worship. It's not together again, it's meet again, because the senior youth does it good. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. I heard together.
As a reminder, please stay seated after the benediction for a picture of the congregation.
May you leave this time together changed.
May the promises you made to yourself about who you want to be feel closer to the reality of who you are right now.
May you share that feeling of transformation wherever you go.
May it spread into every word, deed, thought, and interaction.
Until we are all changed, transformed and transforming together, becoming our better selves.
Go in peace and enjoy your week. But don't leave yet, because we have to take a picture. Yeah. Sure, as best as I can. Elizabeth, should I do, Elizabeth, should I do one side? One side and then, okay. All right. If you are on my left, smile. Wait, actually. Okay. All right, on my right. Okay, there we go. Yay! All right, now your week. Goodbye.